GJ or let me read this. GJ urges extreme caution in coverage of Asantehene Dormaahene feud. GJA, the Ghana Journalists Association, they have not pressed for Ahmed Swale's murders to be exposed. They have not said anything about Canadian-Japan statement or Casa Dampare knows who murdered Ahmed Swale. GJ, they have not made a statement. There is video evidence. Ghana Journalists Association, none of them have come out with a statement to say Kennedy said this, so you Dampare, you know something, say it. And no diamonte, a journalist had been shot dead. We have GJ in Ghana saying they represent journalists. So I keep telling young journalists in Ghana and those in it, say, you see your leadership. They don't care about fellow journalists being killed, broad daylight. But back to this issue. And the issue is GJ is urgent. Now, the issue between Otumfuo and Dormaahene, to be very honest with you, I don't see any fight here. So because Otumfuo and Dormaahene, I don't understand the person. In fact, we are even supposed to be happy from what is happening because the two chiefs are telling us or educating us on our history. Unless you don't understand what is happening will not bring any war. What is happening is the two chiefs are trying to explain, break things down, educate us on our history. I listened to Dormaahene and I listened to Otumfuo. You could see, say, they are all endowed with knowledge about our history, and we need to know our history. So when a chief steps out and unapologetically or specifically speaks on things and our history that he was told that has not been changed, I don't see that chief as threatening or causing harm or fighting anybody. The same way as when a chief responds to a statement from another chief about the history, they are distorting of history as time goes on. History idea, as we move forward, people try to change it, people try to touch it. Like Otumfuo, like Dormaahene, they are trying to let the young ones like us understand Dormaahene almost pine, almost bile, almost bonyon ehina sorry. Otumfuo said to do so asantemai, baby almost 2 million almost bonyon da, baby almost fruma edda. So I don't see any problem here when a chief steps out to speak on the history of his people. When a chief steps out to respond to history, where is the fight? There's no fight unless you people are reading meanings into what we are talking about. Unless a chief or one of the chiefs is lying to protect lies they've spoken all these years. But between the two, so far, I have been learning a lot. I have been reading a lot from them. I have been understanding a lot from them. So I give them credit for letting us know, baby, that has been touched and that has been changed. We need to have a dialogue. We need to have a conversation. I am for in the send Dormaahene abakwasem atre Ghana for senior asantemane doma esia ye mrebia sebio yenyina yedua culture studies. That is how we got to know about a year Konfoanoche. That is how we got to know about a year Konfoanoche say onya santini sebio Konfoanoche kra no onya santimemu ne ewo no. That is how we got to know say Otumfuo say to do nana no mo call prempra mo kontokwa no say na siye bosia ko yodi de tikoje kirema. There is a history behind it. So and the Dormaahene pie na say or church and semu na Otumfuo so think to say he needs to rectify some things. Where is the feud? Where is the confusion? Because it is the core responsibility of the people who lead us traditionally to break our history down to us, for us to understand as we move forward. So we are hene na so wontumi nkyere eye wakonwa abakwasam ana nipa mu di wechi abakwasam na wo hene na wudi na asekyere sen. Me papa yo man hene obusa ne say eye abrode ebusia obo eye akonwa oteso onkyere obebi abrode kraman a eye ejaso na no ana kenten a obekyerechire mu, because eye ne nananom na kyere no eye history no before he got to this position. So I don't see anybody saying, say, Edin Tokobeba, Dormaahene, the first thing he did was to explain to Ghanaians, baby Doma sati free, and Dema Doma Ejeno, and the Doma from Dormaahene. Otumfuo said to do so, Ejin say, Asantemano, or no so, Abakosimo, Bexre, Sat Santemai Deno, Asantemai ye say. Nan Kenya Otumfuo said to Ankaminim Dase Kwame Nkrumah no pass and to Fuasem. It's part of our history. We need to research, we need to go into it. Wow, me, wow, me. Did you ever know? Say Kwame Nkrumah in our history never liked Ashantis. And your Otumfuo said to the catch the end. We need to be learning from these chiefs. Sebio and the Ghana, nobody's going to be stupid to pick a cutlass and pick a gun and say, Mekwa Santimai, Dormaahene Show Parkway, so Yanko, actually Jimmy. But what they are doing to us, they are really helping enrich our culture. They are helping us to understand where we are from and why we are here today and why we need to protect our history and culture. Nobody should read meanings and start sending messages around the feud and nothing is going to happen. And so far, people are discrediting people because some people to know the truth. So we need to establish the truth. How do we establish the truth? Yet to Kromha, Ekufuado akofane papa akosi your history mu. Die ne papa ni mukra no de papa ka ho. We know it's a lie. Who is going to tell us the truth until people who were living in that generation come out to speak? That is when we will get to know the truth. Ekufuado is altering history. What are we doing? Or the nyome bi share mbani tima anyho. And then Okohe Life Skills book, culture studies, social religious. In sema anyone na Ekufuado abai we edi share books him. And then ye share mbano na yenya ahemfo akese na mo say ende de omatu omo hwesi wo se omo be kire abekosemu abekire bebi a omo man free abekire eye history eta eye omo hinie ene eye nyoma ede omo bedu bebi obudura adenti na ebufu mediem makomemu a anka ahemfo so sorry no mo so bie camera nsi omo so no mo kire mu adekrontia ekuro we ekuro kitwa enso man hini na tim okom kuro ma yeldo a ekuro kitikiti enso ekuro no oyo man hini utumi ko kuro bi so kakraka ekuro no edi kuro na di so edi enti na mane basa eye nananom eye history eye bakosem eye nchirechiremu. So this should give our chiefs, because so your hini na woni mo bakosem a you don't deserve to be a chief. And Dormaahene and Kanchro Bia so Bia Bodam. Dormaahene and Diobia Dormaahene set the record straight. The same as Otumfuo said to came to sit down to set the record straight. What do we lose here? We gain a lot, because this is what we have been looking for, waiting for, this kind of knowledge. Because now we mean that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah hated Ashantis. And Otumfuo said to Nekache. Now we mean that. So Kwame Nkrumah not Ashantifo. I have never heard this in my history. I have never learned about this. Today we need to research why na Kwame Nkrumah pass Antifuasem. Is it the reason why today Amanchichemu bia bagana na? This is one thing Otumfuo edia check Ghana for say monkosua history no. Say yenya Santifo na Kwame Nkrumah no asem. Adentina no pass Antifuasem. Ebi Otumfuo has a case there. Ebi ananano mo mudi nkan ba no omanchire mo anchire ye. But Otumfuo said to has been able to tell us, how on saying, why are you making issues out of nothing? The GJ should take care of more important things. We are enjoying what is happening. I am learning a lot. We are very, very happy. Otumfuo and Dormaahene are letting us know our history. I expect other chiefs to come out, tell us how their respective clans, their respective backgrounds, how they were able to dominate, how they've been able to maintain that royalty till date. And yet a good year, and yet chains. Sebio se nipa ne beka asem na enye de hye no na kire se onim nyansa na eye de free na no, but the message is more important. Sebio se oka se go be community making sense a metuma catch on authority ahemfo be 90% of Ghana e good ye go omkom nyina e alomi. So we should not look at people, the kind of cloth, the kind of jewels they are wearing, to listen to the history. We need to listen, absorb, research, and see who is lying. It does not represent anything. What the people want from our chiefs is the knowledge, impact, the development. What can they do in their respective positions to bring development? Force politicians to listen to them. The culture we are leaving behind, our customs we are leaving behind, it is the responsibilities of these traditional leaders to enlighten us about it. So Otumfuo any Dormaahene assembly there, a good news for Ghana. It will let us know the lies in our history, and it is also going to educate us about the good things and things that will help us sustain our culture. So with me, I have no problems, and nothing is going to happen. Nobody's going to fight. So before nebia o assembly o ha on person beka o wantrobia o kataso, because I don't see what any of them have done etumi ma obi bufu. I don't expect Dormaahene to get angry, and I don't expect Otumfuo to get angry. Sebio assembly o ho imrebi na okra eni nkura edi agrobom e one area. okra ne ma eni nkura ne ma de bia nwumre no mo hia bonte no mo di agro na one day okra ne free krom baaye no e no friend mba ne ko share dem e na ekura no so baaye no so mo so mo mbra hye dem e na okra no tu ne mba ne fo se wonim se sankofo no mo di agro oyeduane sankora no mo yeduane mamo e wo se mo chi omo na mo wi omo because ye ne nkra de ne omo ndi agro nkura no so ko share dem no e na omo ma me ka kire omo se wonim sankofo no mo di agro omo ye dangerous omo betuma chimawe inti monhwe mu ye wenya nkofo so mo di agro asem na me ka kire mo no ena nkura no se ma yate ena nkura no se ma yate ade chin anopa no ena nkra no ebebo egura ne dan mu because that time mumia parents ko edwuma ena mbom kokoko nkra mumbra bontini ne nkodi agro na nkra no se nkra mumbra bontini ne nkodi agro as you always mude mumpie na mumra wodi masome nkura ne ka kire mo sa wo maame wetufo a yenso ye maame etuyefo e kire wo twantro ena obubefu sa wo maame etufo a obisu maame etunufo so maame akabakosama kire a obisu maame akabakosama kire no it is important to respect our culture so nobody should blot this out and say ntokobesi ntokobiasi baby a so ho eden a obisu ho eden wo ye bema obisu ye bema se abakosam no wonim sa no kure na wo kan mema obumfu kirem ma onana no monte ase me see 90% of ahinie ene ahemfo mo Ghana egudi egu omukomu eyalomi yazo bibia nim just to represent those things represent. They don't have any value. The value we need from our chiefs is the wisdom they are impacting us today. Dormaahene, Otumfuo, omo de nyansa, omo de abakosam ehietim. Let us learn and ignore this way kuntokwa. They themselves understand, so they need to teach the culture. Me, the mafa wom nyina say na minim da. And make just Otumfuo said to nyame shraw. Me blaso. Onkwa nyame ntum. Manusi sumna so nana onkwa so. Enya wan ka minim se Kwame Nkrumah no tansantefo never. But you have told me something. I am researching and I will make sure say I'll add this to our history. Dormaahene so kan de. It is important we respect culture. It is important we respect people who want to help us understand our culture. Other chiefs should come out and let us know how their culture, their background, the bile of their ancestors where it was buried. It is important. Inti my way MBA problem. The GJA should find a better way to address their own issues. There are lots and lots of things they need to discuss. Sa asema AC enyen tokwa eyabakosem na omochire. The GJA should address Ahmed Swala ye bone to Kennedy Japan ka say the current IGP Dampari knows who did it. And no na ye pese GJA a petition to the IGP to come out and deny or confirm. Mamunjai sa Jimmy, with all due respect, it's important we as a people start to look at these things very well. I'll be right back after this short break.